Welcome back, John.
Hey, Taylor, how are you this week?
I'm doing great. I have a fun story for you today.
Okay, what is it? Let's have it.
I've had this story in my back pocket for a few days now.
Uh-oh.
I will keep the person's identity anonymous, but someone we both know.
Okay.
They texted me last Friday and said just how bad of a morning they were having.
Yeah.
And you know who this person is because I told you beforehand who
Yes,
it's about. But
I am aware of who this individual is.
But we cannot say out of privacy reasons.
Well, I might.
Okay. So anyway, this person went to take their two dogs to the groomer, which is also their vet, which is also their whatever.
Oh, jeez.
So he went inside with one dog, and the other dog was in the front seat jumping around, waiting to go in. It was excited. So he dropped that dog off, went back to the car, got the other dog, and dropped that one off, and then got in the car and was driving home. Oh, no, he went to Quick Trip. He wanted to get a drink real quick. So he was driving there on the way. He said it just kind of smelled like poop. I'm like, I don't know if I stepped in it or what happened. And he said it just really reeked. So
oh, no.
it's like, whatever. So he went in, didn't see it on his shoes or anything, walked into Quick Trip, got his drink, stood in line, paid. You know, it was a pretty fast process, but it was a Friday at 7:30, so it's just popping. It was a lot of people there.
Yep.
And I mean, it was probably a quick process at the register. He just had a drink, and they get you in and out pretty quick there. So he goes out to his car and he looks in the seat, and there's just smeared dog poop all over the seat.
No.
So he's
been walking around.
He was walking around with
poopy pants,
light khaki. I asked him the color of his shorts, light khaki, and it was right on the crack.
Oh.
And he said his shirt was short enough that it didn't cover.
Oh, no.
But also it was apparently on his back too, because the dog had wagged its tail and shook,
why not?
And it was on the back of the seat. So just a visual of him.
Oh, I just can't imagine. I just can't imagine.
And then
I would be so angry.
And then he said he had a work call right at 8:00. So, or it was at 7:30 that day. He said he had to run home and just take the call in his boxers, and and then he said he didn't tell his wife or anybody except for me and one other person until the end of the day. So how could you hold that story?
That's a great story.
But yeah, just visualizing.
Oh, wow. I know. I'm just, you're kind of driving along, you're kind of cruising along in life, you think things are going pretty well, and all of a sudden you get humbled with another dog story.
When you got a real friend, you don't need much. Just a place to sit and fish is more than enough. When you got a real pal, there's nothing too tough. Together it is better when you got your real bud. Real bud.
I just imagine, because he said someone walked up and he's like, "Oh no, you go first," and he motioned forward, and then I'm just imagining the guy. I just said his name too, I realized. We'll bleep that out.
Yeah.
And he motioned him forward and just probably looked straight down at his.
Oh, how funny. That is a great story.
You need this worse than I do. Go ahead and you get through the register.
Yeah, no, go right ahead. You go ahead.
Good
stuff. That's a great story. I'm going to use that. We might use that at Thanksgiving dinner or something.
Why would you use that?
I don't know.
This person, we never said who this person goes to.
No, we never said who the person was, but, it's still a good story for a Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, you can tell just your family about this.
Sure. We can tell just my family.
Yeah.
That'll work.
We have to do an update.
Ooh, okay. What do we got an update on?
Well, we're recording a couple weeks in advance now.
Right.
We kind of used up our bank of episodes. And the Olympics are probably well done by now. But right now when we're recording, there's probably still a few days left, a week left. So
Okay.
We have a medal update from our countries.
Ooh.
And Johnny took the lead.
I did. I saw that.
Yeah, Hungary they got Hungary for some medals. And Greece didn't do too shabby either. Nope. Portugal hasn't clocked in yet.
No.
Neither is Sri Lanka, but you've got 7 for Greece and 8 for Hungary. And I have 8 for Sweden, but 3 for India. Sri Lanka, nothing. And you have nothing for Portugal.
Yep.
So
wonder what else is remaining in the games for them to
I
get
mean,
medals on. Anything?
I don't think Sri Lanka takes a clean sweep of like the 200-meter dash or anything.
I didn't think so either.
I haven't seen that one. Maybe the biking, the indoor cycling. Maybe they're
could be.
You got a chokehold on that.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, I don't know. Portugal, they still have soccer finals, but I don't think they're in the finals of those. So I don't know. It could be close at the end. Counting on Sweden to come in strong for me.
Sweden coming in strong for you. Okay.
I'm hoping they
do. Well, we still have Greece. I still got Greece, and Hungary's kind of coming along pretty good too.
Yeah.
Just that depends on what the events are remaining. Which events are remaining?
Well,
like probably men's basketball or something.
Yeah, we'll see. But we haven't decided on what the winner gets. So
no, we haven't. I thought it was a dinner or something. We're going to go to dinner or something.
You already owe me a few of those.
Oh, is that you're keeping score now?
Well, at least one.
Okay, okay.
I'm a scorekeeper.
Okay, I'll start keeping score as well.
Oh, well,
yeah.
What do I owe you for?
Oh, there'll be all kinds of stuff you're going to owe me for.
Cool.
All kinds.
All
of
those
stuff.
times I shoveled your driveway in my tennis or my dress shoes.
You really want to go there. You really want to go there.
Anyway, another fun
You're
update.
Lucky I didn't call the police.
There's a
strange
trespasser
man trespassing on my property.
He does look pretty strange.
Shoving he didn't have a coat on. He's shoveling in dress shoes and
no gloves.
No gloves.
And a bald head.
Yeah.
It's 10 below. So we got to see you at work this past week.
What?
We got to see you at work this past week.
You did. You did come down. We had coffee and cars at the Kansas City Auto Museum. And Taylor and Janelle came down. Yeah.
And thought I'd pay you back for all those times we did family photo shoots for you, and you just teased me the whole time. And
I did not tease you.
I got you back.
No, you never teased me at all.
Well, yeah, I didn't tease you, but when you do family photos, you'll always kind of make faces and make my life. I just want
you to earn your living.
Oh, good. Yeah, because it wasn't earned trying to shoot family photos in Union Station during Christmas. That was too easy, so you had to make it.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
Harder.
We just rolled up in the bus and everybody hopped out and took a couple of quick shots in front of the Christmas tree, and we're out of there.
Yeah, it only took 45 minutes.
45 minutes, and everybody has to smile.
You were out there schmoozing with the bus driver.
I was schmoozing with the bus driver.
So anyway, we had to pay back, and I showed up and brought my car to show, my Accord.
Uh-huh. You did?
Everyone wanted to see it.
Ooh, it was. It was a big hit.
Yeah, I parked on the street. But I said, hey, are you doing tours today? And he said, sure, I can give you a tour. And 15 seconds later, you're stopping to talk to somebody, and you guys find everything all right? So Janelle and I walk ahead. A minute later, you catch up. Another one comes up. Oh, hey, can I help you? Can I take a photo for you guys? I'll take a picture. Where are you guys from? What's your John Ryan? So then we keep walking. We did the whole tour on our own, and we didn't get the whole experience. So
did you pay for it?
Did they?
Did you?
Did they pay for it?
No. Did you pay for the tour?
I did not, but neither did they.
They did.
But they got the first class treatment, and I got the coach.
Well,
so I got the Spirit Airlines, and they had.
Yeah. I would have naturally thought that because you're my best buddy that you would have taken into account that I was there working that day.
Yeah, and I had to. And I was giving you a job to do.
No, you weren't.
Show me the cars.
No.
Show me the cars.
And you started making fun of them.
No.
Yeah.
This one's beautiful. Why is there a cookie tray under that one, Papa?
I know.
So, yeah, I wanted to talk to your boss and ask if he could give you a raise. Mm-hmm. So, John's doing a great job.
Oh, well, that was nice.
I just met him today.
Yeah.
Never met him before. Do not have a podcast with him, but he's doing a great job, and you should give him a raise.
And what did he say?
Get out.
Get out. Security.
The door's that way.
One word.
But it was a warm day. I thought the underground would be cooler, and you told me it would be cooler. But I was sweating more inside the parking garage.
It was. It was very, very humid that day. I remember that. Yeah.
So that was not cool.
Yeah. Well, if you're interested in a tour, we do them every first Friday of the month.
Let me take off work so I can go to a car tour.
That'd be fine. That'd be fine. and we'll do individuals. We'll have a lot more time to explain everything to you.
Well, it kind of leads into today. I asked some questions on Instagram. I said, let us know if you have anything you want us to talk about.
Ooh,
We had a couple replies.
oh, really? From who?
I won't call them out
Why?
because it's your family,
My family?
and they clearly don't watch the podcast or listen or watch the podcast.
Apparently not.
Because the question that they asked was, first one was, what does John's car job entail? So,
What does my car job entail?
yeah, like what do you do at the car museum? Which,
Pretty much whatever they will ask me to do.
yeah, but I mean, we discussed that a couple times.
Yeah.
So John's family member, I'm not going to repeat their name. Go ahead and listen to the last 10 episodes. Maybe he might mention in one of those.
Yeah, I think we've talked about that at great length.
They also asked favorite Olympic sport.
Mine? My
both
favorite Olympic
Just
sport.
both of us. What is our favorite Olympic sport?
Oh, that's a good question. What's yours?
Mine, I like watching the ones that we dominate. So
Yeah,
basketball's
I
fun.
like the basketball one. That's a good one.
I like watching, I think we talked about this last week or the week before, but some of the off-the-wall ones that we don't usually get to watch.
Shooting.
Yeah.
Oh, shooting.
Did you see that guy?
I like that.
From like Ukraine or whatever, just walk up there and shoot without any eye protection or ear
Oh, I
protection
know.
on.
He was a natural.
Hand in the pocket.
Yeah.
And everyone else has these like spectacles on their eyes and ear protection, and
Yeah. All that.
he just walks in with
Stuff.
some carpenter jeans and
Just walks out there,
I-
pulls a 45 out of his hip pocket and just blasts away.
I hit the bullet. I hit the bullseye.
Wins gold.
I
God
am
bless him for that.
I am Vladimir and I win gold for
Yeah.
my country. So that one's fun. Trampoline stuff,
Trampoline's kind of fun. I don't mind watching trampoline stuff.
gymnastics.
Yeah,
Fun
man.
watching some of the
Yeah.
Simone Biles.
Simone Biles is I did watch some of that, some of her stuff. She's phenomenal. She really is a phenom.
Do you know how tall she is?
I don't think she's very tall.
Well, yeah. Do you have a guess?
5'2".
She's 4'8".
Really?
Yeah,
That's short. Okay.
that's pretty short.
Yeah, that is.
So yeah, she is fun to watch. Gymnastics, the men's gymnastics won their first medal in a while.
Mhm.
I think I watched some dressage. Is that what it's called?
Some what?
Dressage.
What is that?
It's the horse dancing. It's an equestrian
The
event.
horse dancing.
Yeah, the horses kind of
Oh,
tiptoe
come
around.
on. You watch that?
I like to watch as many things. I like to diversify myself.
You're sick.
So all those events are fun. The cycling one can be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So all those answers. That's our answers. John's anonymous family member.
Yeah.
And then my dad replied.
Wait a minute. This was an anonymous, my family member.
I mean, I know who they are, but I'm not going to repeat their name because I don't want to shame them publicly. But just, I don't think they
I'll
listen.
get it out of you a little later on.
I don't think they listen to the podcast,
Yeah.
so you should
All
approach
right,
them.
I will approach them. I will ground them and tell them to go to their rooms.
Joseph Atkinson said, with Labor Day coming up,
Mm-hmm.
what are your favorite jobs or favorite work memories?
Oh, on Labor Day.
Yeah, Labor Day's
What are
coming up.
some of my favorite jobs? The very best job I can remember. The very best job I had was when I was
Deco Tool Supply when we used to work next to each other.
No,
Oh.
it was prior to that.
Oh,
It was prior to that. It was when
I didn't like that job either.
when I was when I was in college, going to college, and I had a part-time job at the Kansas City, Missouri Public Library downtown on 12th Street.
A little bookworm over there.
A little bookworm over there. I worked in the circulation department. So, I type up new library cards for people. And back in the day when you had to use a typewriter.
So you had good cardio back
Royal.
then? You had good circulation.
Yeah.
Your nervous system and veins were all good.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It was fun
Why
because
was
you
it?
saw all kinds of very unique people come through there.
I mean, you could work at a
Some
Walmart
were
and have
escorted
that.
out and some were not.
At a library?
Yeah.
For what?
Oh, inappropriate behavior.
They found the nonfiction, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's a dead giveaway when they walk in and say, "Where's the nonfiction?"
Do you have any of the human biology books?
Yeah. No, that was a fun job. It really was. Wasn't very stressful and, that kind of stuff.
Unlike Deco Tool Supply was. I caused you years of stress.
Well, I don't think you did.
I know.
It could have been. It could at times were probably stressful.
Yeah. Shout out Jim Green.
Yeah. Mr. Jim Green. Best boss I've ever had.
Yep. Except for this one.
Except for this one?
Me.
You?
Did you do those things I asked you to do today?
No.
Did you think of those segments?
I did.
You're fired.
Bye. I'm out of here.
Speaking of fired, my parents have a bone to pick with you.
Oh, no. Not Joe and Kim.
They listened to last week's episode,
Yeah,
and I got numerous replies back from them. Who should we start with, Kim or Joe?
Well, doesn't really matter. I'm hated.
So Kim says...
Hated by the Atkinson family. Does Alyssa hate me too?
She doesn't listen. She says, I'm literally cracking up listening to you talk about stamps and not understanding. You can also go to the post office and they can weigh your packages, something for stamps, and let you know what you need. To add more confusion, square envelopes when you buy cards oftentimes are more expensive to ship. It's confusing. I don't think they have those. Something that John mentioned, though. I could be wrong. I know they have a stamp for postcards that's cheaper, or used to be anyway, but things might have changed since I was aware of. Also, in our area, you used to be able to put the flag up on your mailbox if you had something you wanted them to pick up, and they would still. And that, I thought that was still the case. Might be different where John lives. She said, "I think you are right on some of those things."
Well, thanks, Kim. I appreciate that.
And then
I haven't been to the post office. Well, we did. We have to mail some. There's certain things.
She says, I think I'm right on some of those things.
Oh, so she's saying I'm not.
Well, she says you're probably right on some, but and then my dad said, "Did you hear me yelling at John during today's podcast? I have some serious beef with his USPS guidance."
Well, it's just from memory, which is short term.
And then my mom says, I told Taylor the same thing. And my dad said, mailbox flags, forever stamps. So they got a bone to pick on these mailbox flags with you.
Really? Well, it's in the city where we live, they don't have mailboxes with little flags that you can push them up or down or whatever.
Should we try calling and see what they say?
Calling who?
Should we have our first podcast call?
If you like, we'd be more than happy to.
We can. Do you want to do that?
We can. I don't want to be maligned by your lovely mom and dad.
I'm going to call my dad, and then my first bet is he's going to answer the phone and say, "Hey, Tay."
Okay.
Ready? He'll pick up second ring.
Okay. One.
Am I being recorded?
You are. Well, I lost the first bet on how you'd answer the phone call.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to go over your beef with John.
Yeah. What? Hi, Joe. By the way.
Hey, John.
How are you?
Doing well.
Great. I understand. I got pretty well maligned over the postage stamp segment that Taylor forced me to do the other night.
I couldn't just sit back and listen to you malign our U.S. Postal Service anymore.
So I was maligning the U.S. Postal Service. Is that kind of where we're coming from on this?
That's pretty. I think that's been established in the Atkinson household.
Well, if I didn't mean to offend, and if I did, I apologize, because that's not what this is all about.
But it's not your fault that you get junk mail, John.
I get junk mail all the time,
and
I truly do. You don't get any junk? Do you see? I don't have a mailbox that has a little flag that pops up.
Oh yeah, we don't either.
Oh, really?
So what was your beef about the mailbox flag?
Because the mailbox flag was intended to indicate the presence of mail to be picked up from that box, outgoing mail to be picked up by the postal carrier, and then when they pick it up, then they put the flag down.
What did I say? I thought that's
Mic
what.
drop moment.
You said that the flag wasn't used to indicate that there was mail in your box. That they would put it up when they put mail in to let you know that there was mail there.
Well, I stand corrected then. Joe, thank you.
This is 3-1.
I appreciate this. And thanks, Kim. I appreciate it. I stand corrected. So anyone who's listening to...
I was just about yelling in the shower while I listened to the podcast.
Oh, that's great.
Too much information.
Well, is there...
You may not have understood that some of your audience listens from the shower, but now you know.
That's not something I get on Spotify. Info is location of the listen. Well, thanks for the information,
Joe. Thank you. We at Real Buds Podcast are always striving to do better. And any time that we have misspoke in any way, please point that out to us.
Oh, obviously I will. I mean,
I think we found our new intern.
I think we did.
at long last.
Yeah, at long last.
You were
Finally, we got an intern.
He was looking for work.
Great.
All right. Anything else you want us to bring up besides we're talking about favorite jobs?
Forever stamps are forever, and there is no value associated with them. They are forever.
Let me ask you, Joe, do you guys mail a lot of stuff anymore?
Sounds like it.
Oh yeah, we're mailing stuff like crazy here.
Oh, you really?
They're
Okay.
keeping them
All right.
in business.
Yeah. Well, he's still in business. I can't tell you the last time. We mailed taxes and stuff like that, which is required. But I can't tell you the last time that we mailed something.
Can you give us Sorry.
We mail in our weekly check to Real Buds Podcast, first of all.
Oh, I
Really?
think it's been declined, or I haven't gotten those.
Yeah.
We probably forgot to put the flag up.
Nice.
The flag was not up, was it?
You didn't use the forever stamp.
Oh, great
Well,
stuff.
fun. Any
Great stuff.
non-mail related topics you want to bring up?
No.
Cool. Thanks. All right. Well, thanks for being our first or second phone interview.
He is.
But wait, how did you expect me to answer the phone?
Hey, Tay.
What?
Hey, Tay. That's how it is 99% of the time. And then I gave you the heads up text. We were talking about you, so you knew to censor yourself.
Oh, well.
Well, thanks for calling or answering, and we look forward to John offending you in this next episode.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to have other phone conversations with you, Joe. This is going to be wonderful. This might be a monthly deal where we just call Joe and talk.
Hey, I learned something in this podcast as well. So
what's that?
It wasn't. I don't want my feedback to be entirely critical.
Was it that I said I talked about dropping a deuce and Mom was proud of me?
Yeah. No.
I didn't.
Yeah. So what did you learn?
I didn't know that Alyssa was a producer at the television station. I thought she was a reporter.
I may have made that up just for views.
Ooh.
And clicks.
Ooh.
No, I'm pretty sure that's what she was.
Wait a minute.
The morning, like the overnight show, she was like the producer of it.
Wait a minute.
Should we call Alyssa and get her on?
No, we can call Alyssa and get her on for sure, but we need to get a hold of our intern, Joe, and have him do fact checks on us from now on. What do you think?
Yeah.
We're not hearing from our intern, Joe. So
I thought she said, I remembered her saying that she was eventually going to be in a position where she would go out with the camera and basically like she'd be on her own going to these crime scenes and filming and then recording the audio that would would go along with that, and it was all like it was the Alyssa morning show.
But I'm pretty sure like a week into it, she was too scared and she quit doing that because she had to go to like a murder call and didn't like that.
Are we still in the air?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know. I didn't want to state such things, without knowing my facts, because, unlike some of us who are willing to go around disparaging the mailman.
I've offended the entire postal system of the United States of America, going back to the Benjamin Franklin.
John, you're gonna be lucky if the UPS guy goes to stop by your house and going forward. So,
well, yeah, he still likes us. So,
well, I mean, they're all part of the same union.
Yeah, I know they're all part of the same union now. So, anyway,
DoorDash may not even come to your house.
I don't know. He knows how to use that either.
I don't even know how to use that, Joe. Come on now.
Well, next episode I'll teach you both how to use it because they had questions.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll have you know, we just used DoorDash for the first time, and that could be an episode all by itself.
Let me guess.
Oh.
You watched the boxing match and you ordered DoorDash that night.
No, it wasn't that night, I don't think.
All right, 0 for 2. All right, well, thanks for answering, and we'll have to call back another time.
Joe, thanks a bunch. Good talking to you always.
Good talking to you guys.
All right.
Thanks, Joe.
I'm not going to be on the air, though, am I?
You will
We'll
be.
see. All right. Toodles. Bye. Well,
you know what? Joe. We're going to have to do more phone.
Should we call Mary Alice?
No, I would probably need to warn her first before.
Oh, also, can you show the viewers watching at home your cup?
What does it say?
It says, Mrs. Always Right.
Mrs. is always right.
Well, no, it's just Mrs. Always Right. So, like, there's one cup Janelle got that says Mr. Right, and then I think the other one says Mrs. Always Right.
Mrs. Always Right.
So last week you got Mrs. or Mr. Right.
Mr. Right, okay.
And now you're Mrs. Always Right.
Well, that's why I like coming out here.
So,
that is a great idea. Do you think Joe would want to be our intern?
Our correspondent.
Yeah, correspondent intern. I feel it. It's coming together. I can feel it now, right now. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, once his checks finally come in the mail, we can start paying him. But until those clear, we
got to make sure they clear first.
Yeah,
and the only way we can do that is if he mails the checks to us.
Well, again, he didn't put his flag up.
Yeah, he didn't put his flag up. Nor did the Postal Service come to my house anymore. We did have a problem with that a few weeks ago. Not a few, about 6 weeks ago.
They refused service?
No, it wasn't refusal, to my knowledge. It's just that we never got any mail for a week.
I'm sorry to hear that. They probably knew you were going to talk about them like this.
They probably did. No, I wonder if Joe called them. I bet you he did.
Probably.
He's fired as an intern.
I had a fun event happen today.
What's that?
At work.
What's that?
Oh, good. Otis is scratching his ears.
That's always
He's probably going to start whimpering.
That's $100 bill.
Yeah, we'll take him into the vet again, even though we just took him. So I was walking by. I guess first of all, have you heard of Nate Bargatze?
No.
He's a comedian.
Okay.
And he had this part of his stand-up skit where he was. He said he went golfing and it was a hot day, and he went to his trunk after he put his clubs in at the end of the round, and he took his shirt off to put a different shirt on, and this old man walked up and said, "Olivia?" And he said something like, "I don't know if I should be more ashamed that he thought I was an 82-year-old lady, or that his wife should be ashamed that she thought I was her." And today I had a question for a coworker, so I walked by her office. Her Teams status on Microsoft Teams said away, but it was like 10 a.m., so I thought she'd be in her office. So I walked by, her door's closed. I kind of peeped in, just maybe she was on her phone or something. So I was going to knock, and I looked over, and it was my coworker that was sitting in her office. So I walked away and kind of did a loop around the floor. And as I was walking away from her office, she said, "Holly?" And I turned around and she said, "Oh, no." So
Whoa.
I don't know who Holly is, but I feel bad for her that she thought this shaved head man that popped his head into the window the coworker thought that I was her. So apologies, Holly. So
wow.
would you feel bad?
I'm glad I retired.
Did you get called Barbara at work?
No, I never got called Barbara.
We recorded last week, but all of a sudden I have a bunch of random things that I put down to talk about.
All right. What else? Do we have any more stats or anything like that to cover?
Nothing exciting.
Okay. What do you mean nothing exciting?
Um,
We have more international listeners.
Let's see. Your son-in-law texted me yesterday and said the podcast is going to be sponsored by barkcollars.com.
Barkcollars.com.
Yeah, I said, were you listening to an episode when Otis was kind of going off?
Uh-huh.
And he said, yes. Uh-oh. Did you know about this new listener?
Didn't know. I don't see the stats. They only go to the producer of the Real Buds podcast.
Well, we officially have a new country all of a sudden.
Yes. Is it Portugal?
I kind of did the accent earlier when I did the shooting thing.
Is it Greece?
No, when I was doing the accent of the guy who's in the shooting competition, I kind of did one of these accents.
Hungary?
No.
Ukraine?
Close.
Sri Lanka?
Too close, I'll say.
Too close?
To Ukraine.
Ooh, Turkey?
No, too close to Ukraine.
I don't know.
Some may say way too close to Ukraine.
Tell me which one.
What's a country that's way too close to Ukraine?
Well, there's a lot of them.
That might be like...
surrounding Russia. Really?
Mother Russia. We have listener from Mother Russia.
No kidding.
Yes.
From?
Moscow.
You're kidding me.
So...
oh, do you think they're just spying on us?
I think that they're a bright spot of Russia, and they are going to spread the love of Real Buds throughout the country. So
it scares me. I don't want to have a knock on a TBB studio doors to all of a sudden have the federales there saying we need to talk.
So should we go ahead and start our song?
Should we start?
Yeah, We Are the World. If we join hand in hand and sing that, okay. Yeah, I think we will. But thank you for listening, listener from Moscow.
Yeah.
Maybe it's someone in the military who is just stationed there.
Or captive there.
Maybe we could have an intern from Russia.
No. We have Joe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joe from Russia.
Joseph from Russia. Mother Russia.
Neither one of us are good at that, but
I know.
It is quite insulting when you do my accent like that.
Funny.
Well, that's cool. Thanks for asking me about that.
That is kind of neat.
Do you know any facts about Russia that you can share?
No, the other one is cold.
Do you think it's always this like...
dictator runs a place.
Whenever you see videos of Russia, it's always just like gloomy and like in movies they make it like desaturated.
Oh, yeah.
All the colors are just gray.
All cement buildings and just...
It always looks very cold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they're eating...
I would not want to... in years past, I would have loved to have gone to Moscow. But not now.
I'd be kind of scared.
Yeah.
They're always eating a soup of some sort in movies there?
Like, what?
They're eating like a soup or like drinking a tea?
I was drinking tea. Yeah, tea is big in Moscow from what I understand, or from Russia. But
vodka
vodka is another big one over there.
From a canteen.
But what is the borscht? Borscht is the soup that you're talking about.
Oh, don't know that one.
Yeah.
You're saying your facts now?
He's throwing some facts out there. We have a new fact checker too on the podcast. Yeah.
Oh, BORSCHT.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What is Russian borscht made of? Beetroot.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Do you know any other type of Russian facts?
No.
Are there any cars made in Russia?
There are. And I'm trying to think. I can't think of the name of it. Can't pronounce it.
Ford?
No. Well, Ford used to be over there. I don't think they are anymore.
We have Lada Granta, Lada Niva, UAZ Patriot, Oras, Avtortor, Aftertor, Kamaz, Lada Vesta, Azlk, Gaz. I've never heard of any of these.
I've never heard of any of those either.
Maruja Motors. Isn't Volkswagen in Germany?
Volkswagen is in Germany.
Not sure why they're on there. Cherry Tiggo 5. Anyway, all I know about Russia is from like 007. So.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank
you.
you.
We now have United States, Mexico,
Right.
France, Philippines, Denmark, and Russia.
That's what we have now?
Yeah.
Boy, we're broadening out. I love this. I love this kind of work.
For having 9 streams a week, we sure get out there.
We do.
I think it was, again, probably an accidental click, but we appreciate it.
Yeah, we do.
Well, fun. That wasn't something we planned on talking about.
No, we didn't. It just kind of came out of the blue, which is fine.
I thought of a good feeling I had the other day. A random good feeling.
Uh-oh. What is that?
Why, uh-oh. It's a good thing.
Because, it's just normally it's bad feelings that kind of...
Well, I'm trying to be positive for all of our Russian listeners and everyone
all
across
our
the
Russian
world.
listeners.
Spread love.
Yeah. All of our international fans.
We were at a restaurant, Martin City Brewery, brewery and restaurant, and I ordered a pizza, and which they're known for. But I ordered it, and she said, "That's my favorite. That's my favorite thing here." And there was this feeling I got of just like fulfillment of, I unlocked the achievement of ordering the waitress's favorite thing.
Why was that important? I mean, why?
Well, it's kind of like, it was kind of a newer place. I've gone there a couple of times, but like I've tried different things. So I ordered this and have someone give you that gratification of,
you made the right decision.
yes, like this is the thing.
Okay.
Because sometimes you'll go somewhere and you'll order like the ravioli at, I don't know,
Jimmy John's or
Jimmy
something.
John's. And they're like, we're not known for this, but good luck.
Yeah.
But here I got the Al Pastor pizza.
Ooh.
So a little off the wall. It's very good.
What was it in it? I mean, what was it?
Well, Al Pastor is like a seasoned meat. It was like a chicken or pork or something, but it was seasoned and had kind of like different Mexican-inspired ingredients. But Janelle ordered a prosciutto and fig pizza.
Well, that's interesting. That actually kind of sounds good.
And we went to dinner with Brandon, who used to live with us for a week, and his wife.
Oh, yeah?
She's in town now. And they got a charcuterie board pizza.
Ooh.
And none of them got compliments of, this is my favorite.
Yeah?
So
okay. So you nailed it.
Yes. So it was good.
And how are your friends? How's he doing? And his new job and all that kind of stuff?
New job's good. He said the Chiefs filmed their Hallmark movie.
Have we kind of explained what he does now?
I thought I mentioned it briefly, but he has a position with the Chiefs that we'll talk about once we interview him someday.
Okay. All right. We can call him.
Good. Like, why are you calling me?
Yeah, what is these goofballs calling?
But yeah, he had to paint the field. He works on the ground team.
Right.
He had to put the logo on the field for the movie, and they painted the lines on half the field because they're only using half to film. And yeah, they shot the part of the movie there, and it's a winter-themed movie, and they shot it on like the hottest week of the year. And everyone had to wear coats.
108-degree day.
Yeah,
I got you.
They had to wear winter.
Oh, man.
They had to wear winter coats, and they had fake snow and all that, and it was 100 degrees. So, yeah, sure, that was fun.
Pure movie magic.
Did you have anything you wanted to bring up? Because I could keep going.
No, I'm good.
Speaking of Jimmy John's, we mentioned that we took Otis there with us a couple weeks ago, and the lady gave him some bacon.
Right.
We went back this past week, and it was a complete opposite of that lady.
Uh-oh.
And it was just a very grumpy guy. And, yeah, it was not enjoyable. Everything kind of seemed like he was put off by what we were asking. And
really?
So I wanted to ask for Bacon Lady. And we miss her. All right, next update. I took a new route to work the last few days.
What? No. What? Wait a minute. Nobody does that. Why did you? Were you forced to do this?
No, but sometimes I'll go down 135th and cut under 69.
Yeah.
But they're doing bridge construction, so it's down to one lane. So I went north on Antioch, and every day so far I've taken that on Antioch. There's a man walking with probably a 15-pound dumbbell in one hand, and he just is walking with his he's kind of angled to one side, like it's heavy. Because I think people walk with weights on their ankles, like strapped or on their wrist.
I've heard of that. I've seen that before.
People who have the small dumbbells that are 2 pounds or maybe 5 pounds. But this guy had a 15-pound dumbbell, and he was just kind of hunched to one side.
That's weird.
If we have any doctors who listen, if you could, or physical therapists, if you could ask what he's trying or answer what he's trying to accomplish, that would be helpful.
We could put our new intern on it.
Dad, could you please look up why a guy would...
Joe the intern.
Joseph Ryan, could you please...
No.
Could you please look up why a man would be walking with a large dumbbell?
This might turn into something where we would actually have to call Joe once a week.
We'll probably just have to start recording with a dumbbell in one hand. I'm guessing it's something with core strength. I feel like he's walking and he's trying to keep himself upright, but also not he's being weighed down by the one side. So he's using his abs to stay upright. He's also not he's normal build. He's definitely not super in shape, but he's not a big dude, but he's also probably late 50s.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm curious what it's about.
Yeah, I am too. Now that you mentioned it, just the one.
I might stop on the way to work.
Some questions.
I'll bring a microphone and pull over and see if he wants to.
Yeah. See if he'll do an interview.
Another
man on the street interview.
Can try it. Another random thing I thought of or I came across. My random weird memory struck again.
Ooh. What do you mean struck again?
Well,
again.
I feel like it's a good thing. A lot of times it shows that I'm interested in someone's conversation.
Oh.
But a lot of times it comes across as just kind of creepy.
Yeah.
And for instance,
here we go.
That time when our exterminator came and I asked if his daughter ever found a house last year. And he said, no. I was like, well, last time you were here, you mentioned she was looking for a house and the market was rough. And he said, oh, yeah, no, she never found one. And so I went to the dentist and just for a checkup, regular cleaning.
Yeah. And
the hygienist said, oh, hey, I've seen you before, whatever. I'm so-and-so. Instantly forgot her name. I still don't know what her name is. But I didn't recognize her. And I sat down and she started talking and I realized, oh, I have talked to her before, but it was at the previous building this place was in. They moved 2 or 3 years ago and I talked to her then. And it was probably 2 years ago. And I said, oh, yeah, I remember you. You got in a car accident. You got rear-ended while you were eating Burger King and the guy rear-ended you and it spilled all over your lap and it totaled your car, right? And she's like, yeah. I was like, the week before I was here, it happened to you, and your son knows so-and-so from my work. She was like, yeah, that's true. So
did you kind of get that look like, what is going on here?
No, she was just very nice, and she said that's impressive. It's a good memory. So
well, you do. You have a very good memory.
With but not names. Her name could be Olivia. Her name could be Joan. Yeah. I don't know what it was. Okay. But she was just very chatty, and she told me about I was just a trustworthy person. She felt she could confide in me with her stories. And she was a widower. She started a widowers group. Oh, sorry. That's wrong. I learned that widow and widower are two different things.
Right.
I didn't know that widows are just females and widowers are males.
Right.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Really? Okay.
She said she started a widows group. And I said, oh, have you had any people meet through that, like dating or anything? And she said, no, it's all females. It's widows. I was like, oh, I never know that. So,
yeah.
So when they call it a widow's peak,
right?
That hair
right
deal, is that like women have widow's peaks?
I don't know.
And men have widowers peaks?
Not touching that one with a 10-foot pole. No way.
I mean, I've got no peak.
I've already made your dad mad at me. I don't want him.
I made the Postal Service mad.
I don't want Kim to be mad at me.
She doesn't have a widow's peak.
Well,
now you made her mad. So yeah, she was talking about that. She mentioned she went to Scotland, and they went. Her friend went to the British Open. They tried. Oh gosh, something. It was a ground up intestines. It sounded kind of like a bratwurst.
Oh, what is the name of that?
It's a really ugly name too.
What is that?
Haggis.
Haggis. That's it.
That sounds gross.
That does. Yeah.
Traditionally, it is a sheep's stomach filled with sheep's offal, lungs, liver, heart, etc., oatmeal, onions, spices, etc. I don't even know what's in the etc. because the rest of that was...
I'm not hungry anymore.
There's a question that says, is haggis still illegal in the U.S.?
Is it? I think it still is.
Oh, no. The ban
It's
on
not?
importing British lamb to the U.S. was lifted in 2022, but the ban on food containing sheep lung remained in force.
Okay.
Oh. As haggis cannot be exported to the United States, it is instead made there, sometimes by Scottish companies. Ugh. And then she said she had blood pudding.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I think she said it's literally just pudding with blood in it.
Oh, no. Yeah, I think I'll pass on eating in Scotland.
Oh, wait.
Unless they have a Burger King or something.
Black pudding is a distinct national type of blood sausage originating in the UK and Ireland. It is made from pork or occasionally beef blood with pork fat or beef suet and cereal, usually oatmeal, oat groats, or barley groats.
Okay. Common denominator on this is the oatmeal and a couple of other things.
Yeah, a couple other things.
Yeah.
Ew, it just looks like summer sausage, but it turns black.
Ugh.
Anyway, I did a wedding. I shot one with a guy. He shot for me, and he was Vietnamese, and his family owned a Vietnamese restaurant in Lincoln. And I asked kind of like what some traditional things were, and he said, he said they had blood pudding.
Wow. And that's not characteristic for
made from
Vietnamese.
Raw animal blood and served with cooked meat. Oof. I can't.
I can't. Sorry. I'm not going to do that.
Sorry, Vietnam.
Yep.
Didn't mean to offend our future listeners.
Yep.
So yeah, she just had a lot to say, and we bonded. So I might go back more often just to talk with my friend.
All right. Well,
I'll get her name next time.
All right.
You have nothing to add? Nothing you want to?
I have nothing I want to talk about. I'm just kind of all cruising along here tonight.
After we saw you last week, we went to today was my coworker's last day at work.
Ooh.
And she opened a store with your wife's friend, Mary Carroll.
Yep.
Called D-Bolts.
D-Bolts?
Yes.
Okay.
And your wife knew about it. She had not gone yet, surprisingly. It's been open for a few months. So Janelle sent her a picture while we were there and said, "Oh, you'd love this place." And you called me a bit later after you got off work. And I told you where we went. And you said, "Oh, so you're the reason why Mary Alice went there today." And
yeah, apparently she decided on the spur to go visit it.
So
it's going to be I think it's going to be successful if Mary Carroll has anything to do with it.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
It was very crowded in there. So I said, "R.I.P. to our wallets." Our wives are going to be going to buy knickknacks.
I know. All the knickknack doodads, whatchamacallits, that
Janelle found
all over our house.
a good number of things she wanted to buy. Yeah, I answered our questions, went over that. I had thought of a new segment.
Oh, what? Well, you're the executive producer on this thing, so.
The segment was, do our wives do the same things? Or do they do that?
That's a good question.
It could be a short segment because I have one thing this week. John, this week, did your wife throw a fortune cookie at your TV in your living room?
No.
Oh, just my wife.
No, she did not. No, we didn't have to. We haven't had Chinese this week.
Well, Well, we had
It does
Chinese.
sound, does sound good though.
Oh, another insulting thing.
Oh no.
An opposite of when someone has, when instead of someone, I can't talk. Opposite of a waitress saying that you picked her favorite thing.
Mm-hmm. What is it?
A bad thing is when you order food and you think it's a normal amount of food, and they put multiple sets of cutlery in the bag. Or in my instance, 5 fortune cookies for one meal.
People love fortune cookies.
Yeah, but I kind of took it like they thought it was for 5 people.
Oh.
I just got
No.
one order, and it was a normal amount of food.
No, they just kind of reach in and grab a handful and throw them into the order to go.
They wanted me to be extra fortunate.
We want you to be extra fortunate, Taylor.
The Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
So that was sad. I thought they thought it was for a family, but instead it was just for me.
Well,
The General Tso's chicken was just for
was it?
Tay Tay.
How do you normally get that? You normally get
I like
that.
spicy stuff.
Yeah.
But Otis is a big fortune cookie fan. He likes to
yeah?
crunch on those. So
Didn't know that.
I'll open it
I'll
up.
get him a bag.
read him his fortune.
Yeah.
He is very attentive, and then he chows down. But so they gave me 5, and I gave him 1. And the other day she was trying to bribe him with something, and I don't know if he was slobbering on her or what, but she just chucked a fortune cookie, and it hit our TV above our fireplace. I said, "What are you doing?" And it went to 1,000,000 pieces. And, so Mary Alice didn't do that, though.
No, she doesn't.
Oh, okay.
She hasn't. No, Mary Alice will not. She's not a thrower. She doesn't throw things.
No?
No.
Just herself at you?
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at you now. Look at the pink shirt.
Sure.
Nice.
Why not?
It's Egyptian cotton, after all.
Egyptian.
I have a couple more segments.
Okay.
I didn't bring this up to you, but I want you to tell me who the most famous contact is in your phone.
The most famous?
Famous person in your phone.
Um,
If you had to guess, who would it be?
I don't know. I have to look at my contacts. Of course, they haven't changed in 4 years anyway.
Yeah.
I haven't added any or taken any away. Who's the most famous in yours?
I had to think about that. I have a friend who, maybe we'll have him on the podcast someday. He's got his own podcast. He's a stand-up comedian. I don't know. He's got a good number of followers, I guess, if that's what you're going to judge famous off of. But I thought about it more, and I realized I have a U.S. representative's phone number in my phone.
Really?
And he was a former...
Oh, that's right. Wasn't he a former general?
He was a general in the Air Force. So I did an interview with him one time. I took his picture and interviewed him, and now he's a representative of the United States.
Wow. Do you think he can just kind of, if you push send or call, would you think he'd answer?
Should we try? A new intern.
No.
U.S. representative.
No. We wouldn't want you. We want to interview him. We would certainly want to talk to him.
Say, hey, Tay.
Think he'd talk to us?
Probably not.
Okay.
I think he was in between jobs the last time I interviewed him.
No, he was.
He was still a general, but he wasn't a representative yet. But
he is now, isn't he?
He is now.
Yeah.
So now he's probably a little too busy.
Yeah, he's probably
not living in Omaha anymore.
Yeah.
But I photographed his son's wedding, and then I mentioned interviewing him, and he was all about it. So, great guy.
Yeah.
But that's who I would say. I mean, that seems like a decent deal.
Mm-hmm. Does Travis Kelce count for?
He might be famous. You got his number in there? He brought his car to your museum?
Yeah. Who's he dating? What's her name?
Stephanie?
No, not Stephanie.
I don't know. Not ringing any bells.
She kind of sings once in a while.
Shakira.
No, I don't think it's Shakira.
Would it be your neighbor who owns the Peanut?
No, it's not her.
Not famous?
No.
Well, no, he's not dating her, but is she the most famous person you have?
Probably. She owns the Peanut and
She-
Melinda.
Do you know other famous people? You've got Brad Pitt's godparents in your phone.
I do.
That's close.
I do.
I don't know who the next one would be on mine. Probably Shane.
Oh yeah, well,
He's
Shane.
up there. He's
He's up there.
Well, we can't
He's
say
in
his rank. We
mine,
can't
too.
say his rank.
No, we can't.
He'll be up there though.
Yep.
He is up there.
Why can't we say his rank?
I don't know. It just seems like something people. It's a secret.
Okay.
I don't know. So that's our who's the most famous person on your phone. Do you have no one else that you think?
That's it. I don't have no one else.
You know an actor.
Huh?
You know an actor.
I do know an actor. Pat Fry. Good old Pat.
Yeah. Any famous fishing people you know?
Oh. No.
I've got some old professors from Iowa State's phone numbers in my phone. I saw one the other day, and it gave me PTSD because I failed his exam, and then I dropped out of the class and my major altogether. All because his class was too hard and it wasn't made for me.
Yeah.
So I deleted him out of there.
Okay, that's good.
He can't bring me down no more.
No more. Show you, bud.
Last thing we could talk about. I asked you to bring a couple things today.
Ooh.
And I was going to talk about things that we thought were overrated and underrated.
Yes.
And I brought a couple of each. I probably should have done better about following my own rules, but do you have any that you want to bring up?
Yeah, I got a couple here I can bring up.
Do you want to do overrated first so we can end on a good note?
Okay.
What's your overrated thing?
Overrated. All the fancy $7 drinks like boba and fancy coffees with big fancy names.
Boba is a big fancy name.
B-O-B-A. Boba.
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 Sounds like a child's first word.
$7 for a cup of coffee.
Where'd you learn about boba?
I have my people. My peeps.
Nice.
Peeps helped me out.
Huh.
Yeah.
A frappuccino, you'd say, is overpriced?
Yeah, I think all that stuff is so grossly overpriced. No wonder Starbucks is just breaking into money and doing extremely well.
I'll go with my first overrated. Avocado toast. Or really avocados in general.
I don't like avocado.
I don't either. I think they're mushy and they're just like a big pea. You know that texture of a pea? Like that mushy.
I didn't take it that way. But.
Oh. A good pea is always good.
It's always good.
No,
not the green pea.
Yeah, green pea. Mm-hmm. When you bite and it's just like a mushy, gross. That's like an avocado to me, but just on a times 100. It's just a big, yeah. So I would say that. Sometimes I've had it before. It's okay, but I'm allergic to them, so I kind of break out my mouth.
I never have liked avocado. I'm the same with you.
Have they always been around? That's a dumb question.
They've always been around. Always.
But back in your day, were they putting it on toast and all that?
Well, they were putting on toast and they had avocado dip.
Let's call it guacamole.
It's just squishing up a bunch of avocados, putting a little lime juice in it, calling it quits, calling it a day.
That's kind of guacamole.
Yeah, kind of. Is that it? Is that guac? I thought
avocado sauce.
I thought guac was more cheesy.
No, it's not. They just put in some tomatoes and stuff in it and onions, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe not tomatoes. For sure onions. But yeah, maybe you're thinking of queso.
Could be queso. I don't know.
It's a nice view. Yeah, I would say that. I think people like it because it's a cool thing to like is avocado toast, but I don't know. Janelle makes it sometimes and she likes it.
You know, toast is toast, you know. You can put some jelly on it, I guess, or jam, but you know, that's about it. You don't want to mess around. Don't want to mess around with toast.
You can't tell me you'd rather have avocado toast than peanut butter. Peanut butter is so much better than avocado.
Oh, by all means. No question. Hands down.
But just the texture of it being mushy and they're always brown. I don't know. I feel like it wasn't really a thing until more recently, I thought. But you've always kind of had them around?
Yeah, it's always been around. It's always been around.
It's just more of a basic white girl thing?
More inclined with Mexican restaurants and stuff. More prominent back then.
Interesting.
Mexican restaurants. Yeah,
I feel like there's other foods that are probably taking a hit, but that one's coming. It's
full force.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pop-Tarts aren't doing as good anymore, but avocado toast. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not my thing. We'll probably get some hate mail if they send it out right.
What?
It'll get to us. And
Well, I know we will from Joe.
blood pudding's overrated. It's all overrated. What's your next thing? Did you want to?
My next thing is those watches, that you have on your wrist.
Yeah.
Who wants to be connected on a hyper alert all the time?
You're wearing it though.
I know.
Why are you wearing it?
I don't know. I just needed something on my wrist today for some reason.
Oh.
I don't know why.
So you don't like
But
it though?
I'm not a big fan.
Oh.
Not a big fan.
You're just being held against your will.
I'm being held against my will.
You're a hostage, and the hostage is on your wrist.
Hostage on my wrist.
Hostage taker.
And I hate it when they tell me to do something.
Well,
Your blood pressure is way too high.
It
today.
tells you that?
No, I don't.
Oh. Take a breath.
Yeah.
You seem stressed.
Take a breath.
What are you, my wife? I mean, it's good for you because you'll always be like, oh, my phone's in the other room, and you'll not answer it. But now you can't miss it because it's on your wrist.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Which is probably why you hate it, because your excuse is gone.
Probably my excuse is gone. But hey, I lost my watch. Ooh.
What?
What?
What'd that say, John? It said take a chill pill. You're just like your dad. What? Janelle, stop.
What's your next one?
What was my other one? I just put Cybertrucks. I don't
Cybertrucks.
I don't see the big deal about them. I think they're overrated.
What do you mean by Cybertruck?
The Tesla Cybertruck.
Oh yeah,
I think they're ugly and they don't perform well. I think maybe the inside's probably cool, but I don't know. I just don't get the big deal about it. I saw a video of someone. They were driving it through some slightly wet dirt, so a tiny bit of mud, and someone's they're trying to show off the capabilities of it, and it was a sedan could have done that, but I don't know. They're okay, but for the price, I would not buy one.
How much are they? Do you know?
I don't know. They're a lot.
I know they're way up there, probably in six figures, but.
I just saw someone posted also. They did a stress test on it, and it did not do well. They start at $80,000.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy money.
But do you want to end? Do you have any more overrateds?
No.
Do you want to do an underrated?
Underrated.
What's your underrated?
Underrated. Blissful ignorance of sitting outside talking to people with no phones or tech.
What does that mean?
Phones, laptops.
I know, you all gotta do that.
Yeah.
What do you mean the blissful ignorance though?
Well, it's blissful ignorance, when you don't have to rely on all these things. Just fun to have a conversation with someone.
When did you do that?
When?
Yeah. Did it happen recently? Has that made you think of that?
Yeah, it did. It did happen recently.
Which
with some older people, but
oh.
Yeah. So anyway,
At work or what?
No, it was at home. It was our Flamingo Party.
Oh, was that last week?
2 weeks ago.
And you just sat around and you all just had your phones at home and
Yeah, I just left them at home. I didn't bring them. What do I don't need one.
flamingos. Isn't there a secret message behind that?
No, I don't think so. To my knowledge, there isn't.
Are you part of some secret thing that you're not supposed to tell?
No. It's just we have a block that likes to get together once in a while. We call it Flamingo Parties. So, why? What is it?
I don't know if you want to go to these parties anymore.
Oh yeah? Well, maybe I do. Never know.
Yeah. You may be a swinger if you have a pink flamingo in your front yard.
Oh, I like that.
You like that? You're in a swingers group?
No, I'm not in a swingers group, but I like what you're saying here because I can't wait to pass that to my neighbors to see what they have to say. I'm sure there's going to be. We may have to paint the flamingos pink or white or something.
Yeah,
Where did you find that? Was that just Googling pink flamingos?
Yeah, so what's the meaning behind pink flamingos in a yard?
Okay.
Someone else said, when did pink flamingos become a sign of a swinger's home? I'm from Miami and now live in the Seattle area. For years, I've had 2 to 3 pink flamingos in the corner of my front yard as a homage to my hometown. Occasionally, the flamingos would get stolen, but I'd always replace them. With the recent theft, I bemoaned it on Facebook. One of my friends from 30 years ago commented that she didn't realize I was into that lifestyle. When I asked her privately, she told me it was a way for swingers in her neighborhood to find each other. So, have you been going to these parties with that shirt?
I know. We've been doing these things.
Hey, Jeff, this drink's kind of strong. Isn't the party downstairs? Why are we upstairs?
Oh, I can't wait to talk to Jeff.
Why are we putting all of our keys in a bowl? What's going on?
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Good stuff, Taylor. Thanks for doing that. That's a good one.
So I'll tell Mary Allison you won't be going to these parties anymore.
Yeah, probably not. I don't think so. No.
I think there's another symbol too, just so you're aware. Yeah, pineapples apparently.
Oh.
They can be used to signify a swinger.
Oh, okay.
So
well, anyway, thanks for that clarification.
So if your pink flamingo party turns into a pineapple party, you're still not in the clear.
Yep.
It's never a sleepover thing. It's just like a hors d'oeuvres in home.
That's not good. Don't go down that road.
I mean, you live on that road, so I don't have to
52 questions.
Yeah, I want to make sure I'm not going to those parties. And okay, so that was your underrated. It's just having a conversation with your friends.
Yeah.
That have no ulterior motives for inviting you over.
Right.
Okay.
What about you?
My underrated is Sprayway glass cleaner.
What's wrong with Sprayway? That's my favorite.
My underrated is Sprayway glass cleaner.
Okay.
Underrated.
All right.
Nothing's wrong with it.
Oh, nothing's wrong with it.
That's why it's underrated.
Okay. All right.
That's what you meant by underrated, right?
Yeah.
It's like
sure.
Overrated. Too many people are like into it, and it shouldn't be a thing. And underrated, it's not talked about enough.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying it's a great product.
Oh, it's a fabulous product, in my opinion.
And you don't know what you're missing until it's gone.
Correct.
And this past week, I went to do a deep clean of my car because it needed it. Otis has been riding in it a lot, and the windshield is just filthy, John. Filthy. You could run your finger across it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I went to go get my favorite Sprayway spray. We were fresh out. So I had to use some off-brand vinegar-smelling Windex byproduct.
Did it leave streaks?
John, I drove to work yesterday into the sunrise. I could barely see in front of me. It was streak city. Not good.
I used to use a Johnson & Johnson product for a window cleaner, and it was just the same way. It was wasn't good at all.
Yeah.
It was not good at all.
It was not good.
Until we found Sprayway.
And how'd you find Sprayway?
Who was it? I was...
your neighbor?
No, I think it was at a Flamingo Party. No, I think Mary Alice brought it home one time. So
it's going to be the ongoing joke now.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be ongoing. We got to stop this.
Well, every year for Christmas, she got other gifts. Don't worry. We weren't bad grandkids or family. My great-grandma, Arlene, she would always get a big bag full of Sprayway. And I never understood it. I thought, this is sad. And now that I'm 33, I realized she was like living in luxury. She had a year's supply of Sprayway.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
Her house is always spotless and it smelled clean and was clean. But yeah, so I got to work and I got my phone and I ordered from Target for pickup 2 bottles of Sprayway. And it's like $2.50. It's cheap.
Yeah.
So immediately after work, I came home, parked in my garage, and I sprayed the inside and outside. Actually, I sprayed the inside, and today on the way to work, I thought, it's better, but I don't know why it still looks streaky. I'm kind of disappointed. Can't believe I put down Sprayway glass cleaner as my underrated, and it's kind of letting me down. And I got home tonight and realized that I didn't re-clean the outside.
Right.
And now she's spotless.
Now she's good? Now she's good.
I can see clearly now the streaks are gone.
See, I'm kind of I'm like you in that I've got to have a clean window in my car. Just, there's something about it. It's just, some people could care less about, the fogginess of it or the streakiness of it or something like that. It just drives me insane.
Yeah.
It's one of the most expensive purchases you're ever going to make.
Your car?
Next to your house. Why wouldn't you want to take care of it?
And it's also just annoying to look through a windshield that's smudged and streaky.
Yeah.
And today I was driving home after I just cleaned mine, and I was looking at all the cars around me like, you don't even clean yours.
You don't clean yours, you
and
non-spray wear.
So I might just leave that in my car. Well, it might explode, so we'll take that out. But, just waiting for Janelle to point out something on the window. Hey, look.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
A new Panera's going in over there.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
And some of the genetics involved with that.
The oil's all over the window.
Yep.
So that was what I want to end on, a bright note. And it's a wonderful product.
It is.
Maybe we'll get a sponsorship.
Well, that would be nice.
That would be the weirdest thing.
No, it wouldn't.
Our first real sponsor, and it's Sprayway Glass Cleaner.
That's fine. That's fine, because it is. It's a great product.
Well, I'll reach out and see if our people can work with their people.
Okay.
My dad's probably a big fan of it, too.
Should we have Joe, our intern, get a hold of him?
I'll see if he can reach out. Have some connections.
Okay.
Maybe the representative of my phone can pull some strings.
I think might.
Can sign a bill to make sure they have to sponsor our podcast.
I think so.
Anything you wanted to end with?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Wait a minute. We got to talk about our sponsors. Who are our sponsors?
Sprayway. Spray it right.
Actually, technically, they are not
a
sponsor, but Taylor Atkinson Photography is a sponsor of a Real Buds podcast, as well as CHD Wood Design, Mr. Chris Dowdy.
Yes.
And always wear sunscreen.
And clean your camera, phone. Have a good week.